On the Origin of Species were reviewed by Thomas Henry Huxley.
Why are you gonna make a book called Origins of Species if the Origins of Species was already written in the Bible? Right? Why? Because these damn devils wanted to downplay the Bible and downplay that there is a supreme being in the heavens, which they will call God, right? So they wanted to downplay that to this day. But very soon they're gonna that God is gonna come down, right? The Most High, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shine, the holy angels, to take down this man. All right, because for as long as they've been ruling, they've been telling nothing but lies. And lies against the Bible, lies against the Most High. Okay, lies about our origins, lying to the people who they are. You know. But
it says. Having hailed the book as a veritable Whitworth gun in the armory of liberalism, promoting scientific naturalism over theology, and praising the usefulness of Darwin's ideas while expressing professional reservations about Darwin's gradualism and doubting if it could be proved that natural selection could form new species. Huxley compared Darwin's achievement to that of Nicholas Copernicus in explaining planetary motion. I'm going to slide down.
Okay.
Another important evolutionary theorist of the same period was the Russian geographer and prominent anarchist Peter Kropotkin, who in his book Mutual Aid, A Factor of Evolution, advocated a conception of Darwinism counter to that of Huxley. His conception was centered around what he saw as a widespread use of cooperation as a survival mechanism in human societies and animals. He used biological and sociological argument in an attempt to show that the main factor in facilitating evolution is cooperation between individuals and free associated societies and groups. This was in order to counteract that conception of fierce competition. Jump down again.
All right.
Darwinism, 19th century usage. Darwinism soon came to stand for an entire range of evolutionary and often revolutionary philosophies.
You know the most I ain't gonna say it then.
About both biology and society. One of the more prominent approaches summed in the 1864 phrase survival of the fittest, while Herbert Spencer later became emblematic of Darwinism, even though Spencer's own understanding of evolution was more similar to that of John Baptiste Lamarck. It says, what is now called social Darwinism was in its day synonymous with Darwinism. The application of Darwinism principles of struggle to society, usually in support of anti-philanthropic political agenda.
Let me see what else we got there. Alright, pull up the other guy and then pull up something like these men come from trying to see what comes up. Alright, pretty much what Esau tried to do is fit that Darwinism bullshit into people's lives, you know? And they teach that bullshit philosophy and people just eat it up like candy, but it's all bullshit. You know? We're about to soon, we'll read a couple more articles. We're gonna go back into the scriptures. We're gonna bring up Genesis about how the Lord created man, you know, and how he went through creation.
Good.
You know?
Now this is John Baptiste, Georges.
Don't get him yet. Go to the
monkey.
yeah.
This is an article. If humans evolved from monkeys, how come they are still? If humans evolved from monkeys, how come there are still monkeys around?
Exactly. That was my point earlier. I was like, you know, you would have seen, right? You would have seen. First of all, you would have seen physical evidence. That's one, right? In the museums, all the museums they got, all you're gonna find is some kind of clay statue or a painting of how evolution came about. All right.
The article says This is a question often posed by creationists. It portrays a fundamental misunderstanding of evolutionary theory. To make matters worse, in this particular case, the entire premise of the question is false, so let's knock it on the head right away. So they're pro-evolution. It says, humans did not evolve from monkeys. Humans and monkeys both evolved from an extinct common ancestor. More general answer. To ask the question of the form, if species X evolved from species Y, how come species Y is still around, is to misunderstand how evolution works. Called simian tree. It says the simian family tree. The actual relationship between the simians, i.e. the monkeys and apes, including us humans, turns out to be rather surprising. Modern-day monkeys comprise of two distinct groups: Old World monkeys living in Africa, Asia, and Gibraltar, and New World monkeys living in Central and South America. The New World monkey lineage split from the rest of the simian lineage about 40 million years ago.
Oh, that's another thing. The whole how old is Earth and all that. You know what I'm saying? That Earth is millions and millions. Look, the Earth is just about almost 13,000 years old, man. All right, and that's according to scriptures. Okay. Go ahead.
Some members of this new lineage eventually crossed the Atlantic and evolved into New World monkeys. The rest remained in the Old World and became extinct. The remaining simian lineage from which the New World monkey lineage has split about 25 million years ago. One branch eventually evolved into the Old World monkeys, the other into the apes, including us. Perhaps a simple.
Now, where's the proof on that? Where's the proof that man came from apes or any type of monkey or simian species, man? There isn't any, right? So leave that. Go back to 1 Corinthians 15. Pull that up again about the different flesh, and then we're gonna go straight to Genesis. You know.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 39. All flesh is not the same flesh.
So once again, like we read before, all flesh is not the same flesh, man. Now that was written, you know, long before Darwin and all these stupid ass scientists. And I'm sure they read that because, you know, back then everybody had to have read the Bible. There were certain schools set up where they had to read the Bible, man. And if not, they would have got arrested. They would have got locked up or something. You know what I mean? So a lot of these philosophers came out of the church, came out of learning about the Bible, and it just the Bible wasn't for, you know, they were against it. So they had to come up with bullshit philosophy on how to explain how things came to be, like creation. And they had to come up with this bullshit about a monkey, you know?
Yeah, they found out they was Edomites, probably.
Call Pasarala. Pasarala. No, you wanna say a couple of words? Be a guest.
I was just speaking over there.
We got a guest apostle.
I don't know what y'all going into.
No, we're just going into because they had somebody come up talking about evolution.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know,
this brother was just telling me about it.
Yeah, so then I didn't have a topic to go into at the moment. So I said, let me just go into that.
But that was the boy. What was his name? George something.
George Lamici was one. He was the father of the Big Bang Theory, but Charles Darwin followed him. You know, right. Until before he died, he recanted all that bullshit.
Yeah, because basically it's bullshit. You know, I mean, just alone on how the Most High made the human body proves that there's a Most High. Yep. You know, everything in the body works together perfectly.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, the body is complex. You know, from just the brain alone is complex, and it took a higher being to actually create all these things that work together in one, in the body.
Yep.
You know, it was a higher power that created that. We didn't create ourselves. Right. You know, so that's why the so-called white men, beginning with the international bankers, you know, they try to give you stuff and pollute the air and the water and all that, so that your body can break down and not work properly. Right. You know, and everything shuts down. See, so just so the human body alone and the way it was made is perfect. You know, I mean, according to them, evolution and all that, apes evolved into men. you know, and different animals evolved over time into different species or whatever. If that was the case, it would still be happening today, you know.